Hi, my name is Anna Stukas. I'm a Vice President of Business Development at Carbon Engineering. Carbon Engineering is a climate solutions company focused on the development of technology to capture carbon dioxide directly out of the atmosphere. Once we've captured the carbon dioxide, we can either put it back underground where it came from, creating durable carbon removal, or we can combine that atmospheric carbon dioxide with clean hydrogen to create products like sustainable aviation fuel. We all know that aviation is one of the hardest to abate sectors. And as we've seen here at the IATA World Sustainability Symposium today, in all of the scenarios that plot us towards net zero, there's significant requirements both for sustainable aviation fuel and for carbon removal to counterbalance residual emissions. Direct air capture can help be a tool to provide both of those solutions to the aviation industry. We've been really excited to work with aviation partners like Airbus, who came on board 18 months ago, pre-purchasing 400,000 tons of permanent carbon removal from our partners at 1.5. And most recently this summer, we saw All Nippon Airways become the first airline to directly purchase carbon removal from our partners at 1.5. Carbon Engineering is based out of Squamish, British Columbia, which is a small town just north of Vancouver on the west coast of Canada. That's where we have our Innovation Center, which is our permanent home for research and development and innovation. It's where we work on driving the cost out of our current generations of technology, as well as working on our second and third generations of technology that are going to be needed as we scale and deploy our technology around the world. In parallel with all of our research and development efforts, we're partnered with a company called 1.5 to deploy our technology at commercial scale. Excitingly, our first commercial project to deploy our technology is currently under construction in the Permian Basin in Texas. That facility, which is targeted to be up and running in the middle of 2025, is once at capacity targeted to capture about 500,000 tons of carbon dioxide directly out of the atmosphere each year and put them back underground where they came from. We were also recently selected by the US Department of Energy as part of their DAC hubs program for a second commercial project that's targeted for deployment in the south of Texas. That project is situated on land on the King Ranch that's capable of supporting up to 30 million tons per year of direct air capture. And our first phase of that project is targeted to be a 1 million ton per year facility that's currently in the beginning stages of engineering. So atmospheric carbon dioxide is one of the most exciting, scalable potential feedstocks for SAF that avoids the conflict of food versus fuel. The beauty of atmospheric CO2 is that it's distributed almost uniformly everywhere around the globe, meaning that we can locate plants nearly anywhere, targeting deployment where there's plentiful, low-cost renewable electricity, as well as, in the case of direct air capture to sequestration, the right rocks to put that CO2 safely and securely back underground where it came from. We've produced sustainable aviation fuel out of our pilot facilities in Canada as part of Natural Resources Canada's Sky's the Limit challenge, proving that it can be done. When it comes to deploying it at commercial scale, one of the critical factors is both the cost and availability of green hydrogen, and we continue to work very closely with partners in the sector as we look to drive down those costs, and when the economics make sense, start to produce sustainable aviation fuel in addition to providing permanent carbon removal from direct air capture. One of the really exciting pieces or features of direct air capture as a technology, we hear a lot about concerns around using market-based mechanisms being an out-of-sector solution. Direct air capture to sequestration can not only help to provide the removals that we need to counterbalance residual emissions from sustainable aviation fuel, but importantly, direct air capture is the only form of market-based mechanism that you can invest in today that also helps to build your feedstock for sustainable aviation fuel for tomorrow.